Hey Libra, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful month of March. It's Kay here. Welcome back to Spiritual Parlour. So, I'm about to do your extra bonus reading for the month of March because we have a full moon coming up in Libra, which I spoke to you guys about when I did your full March reading. So if you check back on the videos, you'll see your full Libra March reading. So let's see what's going on. I'm not going to do your astrology because that's already been done in your ad video, so check that out if you haven't seen it. Let's see what energies are surrounding you. I must say, I can't wait for the Libra full moon. Being a air sign myself, I always say it to Libra, I do love your energy. I just love what Libra brings, you know, from the zodiac and from all the interactions that I've had with Libra people as well. It's always been really, really positive. I shouldn't have favourite signs, but Libra is one of mine. Okay, cards are flying already. Let's see what Libra needs to know. Alright, let's get some messages need to be channeled through. Okay, Spirit, there's a message for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. Please let it be known. What does Libra need to know? Oops, that's too many. If there's a message for Libra, please let it be known. Please let me see it, feel it, hear it, understand it. What does Libra need to know? First card and second card, too many again, will be the theme for Libra. Third card will be their recent past. Okay, so that card just flips right out singly on its own. And it's the card of manifestation. It's the Magician. It's also the card sometimes associated with Gemini. Gemini sometimes. But this is definitely about manifesting. This is definitely about taking action. It's the Magician. You know, what does the Magician do? Create magic. And you know, this could be with any area of life. When the Magician pops up for me, the energy that I very much feel is it's about deciding on what area of life you want to take action in. Because the Magician holds, you know, the wands, which is our creativity and our passion, in his hands. But on the table is also the pentacles, so our security, our money, our, you know, whatever we call secure in life, a cup for our love, our emotions, and the swords for, you know, our mental thinking, you know, and also our challenges. So the card of manifestation, what are you manifesting, Libra? Or maybe it's time for you to manifest under this full moon. It's your energy, you know, so if anybody's going to be in their personal power, it's you. Okay, third card will be the recent past for Libra. Fourth card will be the present. Fifth card will be the advice and guidance, and you've just got the Fool jump out for you. Yeah, I'm being pushed to, from these messages that are jumping, I'm being pushed to say that there's a Libra here who is about to take a leap of faith, or is being pushed to take that leap of faith if you've been considering it but you're not sure. The Fool card is exactly that. It's card 0. It's like the major arcana, just like the Magician. And what is actually quite really cool about this message is that this is the card before the card that jumped out before. So we get to this point in our life where we say, okay, we're going to take a leap of faith, I'm going to go in a new direction, I'm going to try something unknown, and then it's like, okay, we get to the Magician energy, right, this is what I'm going to do, now I need to take action, you know. So it feels like some of you need to be taking action, or you will be, or you're being urged to, if you have been considering taking some kind of leap of faith. Okay, fifth and sixth card will be the advice and guidance and future energy for Libra. What does Libra need to know? Okay, what's just jumped to you? You've got 5 of Wands. This can, or is, I should say, an indication of conflict. A lot of the time it can be internal when I see this card. It's not major conflicts or battles or, you know, major, you know, all-out war, depending on what it jumps out with as well. But normally for me, this is like some kind of conflict or battle, or even maybe competition sometimes. So maybe some of you are having a little bit of a conflict within yourself about whether you should take this leap of faith, or maybe it could be somebody else that you're having conflict with. We'll see. And if you are, it looks like you've already been urged to just get the damn thing done. Just go for it, Libra. Do what you need to do. Alright, let's get your main message. What does Libra need to know? feel pulled here again, so we're going to read here. So like the messages here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, underlying energy, the Five of Wands has made its way back to the bottom of the deck. So conflict, as I mentioned. Let's see how this plays out. So look at that. Then the Ten of Cups comes up. Okay, Two of Swords. Okay, Nine of Swords in the recent past, but it's given it's in the past. Queen of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Sun. Oh, look at that, Libra. Okay. The first thing that I'm picking up here straight away is that, yeah, it feels like for some of you, or someone, whoever this message is for, there has been a little bit of a struggle or a little bit of a battle over your happiness, Libra, especially with this underlying energy, or it could be that you've been at a crossroads with your own happiness. I hope you guys can see these cards well, because they do reflect the light, because they've got gold in them. But you've got the Two of Swords here, which is crossroads, conflict. I hope you can see it well without the light bouncing off. Let's see. Hopefully that's a bit better. Crossroads, conflict, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of energy. And you've also got the Ten of Cups, which is like the ultimate state of happiness. 10 being the number of completion, and the cup suit being, you know, our emotions, our relationships, what gives us emotional fulfillment. So it feels like for some of you there's been some conflict over this, or you've been at some kind of crossroads. And I say that very much because even looking at the recent past, I can see the stress. And I can feel the stress. It's like here, here, and here. You know, you've got 3 cards indicating stress over your happiness, or it could be that someone has been stressing you over your happiness. But there's been some kind of conflict either way. With the Nine of Swords in the recent past, you can just look at the card. It's a lady here, you know, having difficulty sleeping. 9, you know, throughout the tarot is normally, you know, it's like the number of content. It's normally quite a positive card. And I won't say that this is a negative card, but it's the suit. The sword suit is like our challenges and how we think. So most of the energy when we get the swords up is about challenges, and we all have that in life. So it looks as though in the recent past there's been some kind of challenge, some kind of conflict, some kind of stress, potentially over some kind of happiness, whether it's what you want, whether it's what somebody else wants from you, however it resonates, but there's been some kind of conflict over emotional happiness. Now, looking forward, it looks as though, and it certainly feels that this will and can pass. And I'm going to give you some clarification and pull some more cards on this, but it certainly feels like in the here and now, you are being asked to nurture whatever it is that you want, you know? Nurture and look after it. With the Queen of Cups here, this is a very nurturing energy, caring energy. Also, you know, the suit that represents all the water signs. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you could be dealing with a water sign. But they're asking you to nurture whatever it is that you want, to look after it, to be mindful of, you know, whatever's in your cup, to guard it. And that could be emotional, again, because again, it's sat directly underneath this happiness. So whatever it is that you want to be happy with, Libra, that's maybe been causing you a bit of stress, you need to nurture and go back to whatever it is that you actually do want. And they're asking you to do that now, like in the present. And once you're happy with that, then I think you need to really make a commitment to it and stay strong on that. I get the feeling that this Two of Swords could be a representation of you between conflict, representation of conflict between you and another situation, person, place, or thing. For some reason, I'm getting the feeling of a person rather than like a job situation or a life situation. For others of you, it could be, but what I'm picking up is an energy of a relationship or an energy of conflict with another person. And I feel as though it could be with another person because the Hierophant's here, which is the card of commitment. And this can sometimes indicate marriage as well. Keeping this very, very general because you know this is a general reading. But what I'm picking up is a commitment to a person, or maybe someone is asking commitment of you, or you have wanted commitment and maybe you're not getting it. But either way, there is a strong message here to nurture what it is that you want to be happy with, and commit to it, and just know that long term You've got the sun here as a future energy, as an outcome. The sun is like the most positive card in the tarot. You know, you can't get more positive than the sun. The sun is like blessings, you know, growth, health, vitality, everything blooms and blossoms. So I think the message here is that if you have been going through some stress, if you have been a little bit conflicted over something with a situation, person, place or thing, look after what it is that you want and make a commitment and stand by what it is that you want, and just know that it looks as though I'm being pushed to tell you that there is some light at the end of the tunnel with the sun here. Now, as I said, there's a lot, I pick up the conflict a lot. Past, currently now, and an underlying energy. But yet there's the sun and there's the happiness surrounding. So it looks as though it's a situation of push and pull is what I'm picking up. So I'm going to take a look at this Queen of Cups here, because this is a caring, nurturing energy, and I really think it would be helpful to know what the message is with the Queen of Cups. What's the deeper message for you? So let's see, what does Libra need to know? The present Queen of Cups, this nurturing, caring, oops, just flipped right out. Okay, the Star card. So this is the card for Aquarius, taking the astrology away from it. The Star card is the card of hope. It is very, very similar, excuse me guys, to the sun, you know, but where the sun is about blessings and growth, and you've got that there as a future energy, as a potential outcome, the star is about, you know, keeping focus. It's like being focused on the star, what it is that you want, keeping your hope, keeping your faith, believing in whatever it is that you want. I almost feel like I'm being pushed to say to fight for whatever it is that you want, is what I'm being pushed to say. So if this message is for you, you will know if it is for you, because it feels like a very specific message, that there is a Libra that needs to focus on their true happiness and what makes them happy, and what it is that you need to be nurturing is, you know, whatever you hope for, and keep the hope and keep the faith that things can work out okay, because you can see, I can see and feel the stress here in the recent past, but it looks as though there is light at the end of the tunnel which keeps being pushed to me. So do keep your hope and keep your faith and nurture whatever it is that you truly, truly want, Libra. If you've been put in a position, it feels like someone's been put in a position, having to make a decision about something. It feels like someone's at a real crossroads, with what way they're going next, or what it is that's really going to give them their happiness. And it feels like in the past it's really stressed you out, you know, in the recent past with that Nine of Swords there, but it looks as though if you keep the hope and the faith, things could turn out quite well. Okay, what's the fortune message for Libra? There we go. That's what Libra needs to know. Marriage. Now that is an interesting card, because the marriage card in the tarot is also here, the card of commitment. As I said to you, it can sometimes indicate marriage, or certainly some kind of commitment. So your fortune message is marriage. I felt like this was a relationship, or this is a relationship between someone and someone else, at a crossroads over happiness. So I think there is a real message here with the two marriage cards, is about commitment. And I feel as though it's about remaining committed to what's actually going to make you happy, Libra. Because if you have been quite unhappy in the recent past and quite stressed out, and you're being asked to focus and nurture and keep hope and faith over what it is that you want, then obviously you need to have an element of commitment to what it is that you want. Maybe this is for some of you who are in a marriage at the moment, who you are questioning whether you are really committed to it. I think the message is, well, what do you want? Remain committed to exactly what it is that you want. I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to pull an affirmation card for you, Libra. Let's just see what comes out, what the message is here. Okay, what is the message for Libra? What does Libra need to know? What's the affirmation? There we go. And we've got Dreamer. I do like this card. So we've got Dreamer, And it reads, your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic of life. Again, it's the message of destiny, fulfillment. What is it that you want, Libra? What is it that you want? I'll read it again. It says, your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic of life. What is it that you want? What is it that is you dream for, that you hope for? Like this card here is, just in a way like the star card. Hope, faith, dreams, what it is that you want. So I think I will leave you with that, Libra. I'm not picking up anything else, but I think that from this reading here, there is a real message over finding your true happiness and remaining true to that, whatever that means to you, however it resonates, whether this is a relationship for some of you or it's not, it's another area of life. Libra needs to find their true message under this full moon, their true message, their true happiness even, under this full moon, and remain committed to exactly that, and try and relieve the stress of the recent past. So have a wonderful full moon, Libra. Enjoy it, because as I said in your astrology reading, it is a very, very critical full moon that's coming up next week, because in terms of astrology, it's at a critical degree. It's 0 degrees, and a 0 degree moon or even a 0 degree planet in a birth chart, in a transit, on day-to-day transits when the planets move around, can indicate new chapters, new openings, new beginnings, new directions, depending on where obviously the planet and the moon falls, either on the full-on new moon or even in a birth chart, depending on what house of life it is. So for all of us, when there's any kind of moon, I always check around my birth chart. Well, I know it off by heart, but for people that don't, check on your birth chart what area that particular sign rules in your chart, what house of life, and that will give you an indication of where that particular full on new moon may be happening. So wherever you see Libra on the cusp, that is going to be where the change or the moon or whatever astrological event could be happening. And as I said, it's key for new beginnings, and it's key for new directions. So what is it you want? Have a wonderful, wonderful full moon. Lots of love and light, and I will see you in April.